If we look around, things look permanent. And only when we can see decades of change do we often see that crumble and collapse. From my book, Death, Life, and Oneness, Spiritual Wisdom from the Gita states, "The pleasures which are born of sense contacts are verily a source of suffering only, though appearing as enjoyable to worldly-minded people. They have a beginning and an end. They come and go. It is for this reason that a wise man does not indulge in them. He alone who is able to withstand in this very life before casting off this body and the urges of lust and anger is a yogi, and he alone is a happy man." Here the Gita shows us that the root cause of suffering is attachment to impermanence, attachment to temporary material phenomenon or sense perceptions. All suffering is rooted in the mind. We think we suffer because of some external situation, but suffering doesn't exist outside of ourselves. It is a mental creation stemming from our craving for temporary phenomenon, whether it's money, possessions, experiences, or wishing for our relationships to last forever. Human beings wish that everything good will last and nothing bad should enter our lives. But the fact of the matter is, everything changes. There is not a single thing that doesn't change. Everything follows the laws of physics. Things are constantly changing form, from matter to energy, energy to matter. Things are decaying, and that decay leads to rebirth. And because we don't see that decay happen before our very eyes, if we look around, things look permanent. And only when we can see decades of change do we often see that crumble and collapse. But when we understand on a deep level that everything is fleeting, that nothing bad lasts and nothing good lasts either, then we make peace with reality. And no matter what comes into our life and no matter what leaves our life, we are at peace because we understand that law of impermanence. We understand the fleeting nature of reality. And we can look at a simple bite of chocolate cake for evidence of this. If you like chocolate cake, and let's assume we all like chocolate cake, when it's in your mouth for a few seconds, we feel that pleasure. And as soon as that bite is over, we crave another bite. And we either give in to that temptation, and pretty soon we feel sick and bloated because we ate that whole cake, or we don't have that second bite or third slice, and we are tormenting ourselves. We are longing for that chocolate cake. It didn't bring lasting joy. And this is the nature of everything in our universe. There is the yin and yang in every experience. There is good and bad. In pleasurable things, it comes from craving, desire, wanting it, longing for it, and it disturbs our mental peace in that way. When it comes to unpleasurable things, that creates suffering because we resist it, because we wish for it not to be happening, and we create a mental aversion to the unpleasurable experience. It isn't the things which are going to constantly change. That's the nature of things. It is our expectations and our response to those things. And when we can meditate on this constantly changing nature of reality, when we meditate on our attachment to temporary phenomenon, fleeting, brief experiences, we notice that it is the attachment that creates the suffering. It is the expectation for good things to last and the belief that bad things shouldn't happen. When we accept everything and we accept the nature of reality as constant change, then we are that calm in the storm.